Welcome to Daily Wisdom, Walking the Path with the Buddha, a podcast shared by David Roylance. This podcast is dedicated to guiding you to completely eliminate the discontent mind and the suffering it causes by attaining enlightenment. Learn and practice the teachings of Gotama Buddha that will guide you to fully attain a peaceful, calm, serene, and content mind with joy. To support this podcast, visit patreon.com/supportbuddha or visit buddhadailywisdom.com, where you will discover a full range of courses, retreats, and online learning resources to assist you on the path to enlightenment. Now, here's our teacher to share more.
Sawadee Ka. Hello and welcome to Daily Wisdom, Walking the Path with the Buddha. Today is our group learning program, and we're in part 3 of our 4-part series where I've been teaching Buddhist chanting. The first session, I went through and explained all the reasons why one would chant and what chanting is and what it isn't and how to actually do the chanting, and I practiced with the students. Then we actually combined the chanting with the meditation. And then last week, we reviewed the chants and then we combined it together with the meditation. Today, what we're going to do is just do the chants from the very beginning. And then as we do our chanting, then we're just going to ease into meditation. And then I'm going to just open up to any and all questions that you guys might have related to chanting or any other aspect of the path to enlightenment. So welcome to all of you, whether you're joining for the first time or you're joining regularly. As I mentioned, I'm going to start with the chanting. Then we're going to go into meditation. I'll give you some guidance there. Then there'll be a period of time where it'll just be quiet, and then we'll come out of the meditation with some chanting, and that's where I'll open up to any and all questions that you guys have. So if you'd like to join for meditation, you might take a position either seated, lying, or standing. The walking position, we don't usually do chanting with that one, although you could. There's no reason why you wouldn't be able to. We also don't usually use the walking position for the online learning either. So take a position, whatever's comfortable. If you're on the floor, you might sit with a cushion under your rear. You might sit with your legs lightly crossed. Some people like to put their legs off the mat. The hands and the arms, the Buddha put his right hand over his left with his thumbs together, and he put that into his lap. So if you would like to use that, you're more than welcome to. Some people like to put their hands flat on their thighs or on their knees, or maybe palm up, or maybe just resting their hands in their lap. You could do any of these options, whatever's comfortable for you. You would like the upper body to be erect. This keeps the mind attentive and alert during the meditation, so you can actively train the mind. And then it also helps you with your breathing as well, because your sternum's up and your shoulders are back. So if you'd like to join for the chanting in order to get some practice, and then we'll move into meditation, and then afterwards you'll get some more practice with the chanting. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutang Bhagavanang Apivateyami Savakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Saṅghang Namami Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti pisu Bhagava อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธวิชาจารณังสัมมุโนสกขาโตโรกาวิตุอนุเตโรปุริสาดามาสติสัตตาตาวามนุสนังพุทโธภาควาติ Okay, with the lower body and hands and arms comfortable, in the upper body erect, just close the eyes and start breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Here you're just looking to establish the breath, a nice, natural, steady, consistent breath, not forced or controlled, just a gradual inhale through the nose, experiencing the full breath. And then whenever you're ready, exhale out through the nose. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Your breath isn't going to necessarily match up with the guidance that I'm giving, and that's okay. This is your practice. I'm just here for guidance. You can use this voice as a reminder that whenever you get to the next inhale, breathing gradually through the nose, developing a nice, natural, steady, consistent breath. And then, whenever you're ready, exhale out through the nose, experiencing the full breath. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. With the breath well established, start fixating the mind on the breath, either the sound of the breath coming into the nose or the sensation of air moving over the skin into the nose. The breath is the present moment. Fixate the mind on the breath, the present moment. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. With the mind fixated on the breath, whenever you notice that it moves off the breath, cut that off, let it go, and come back to the breath, the present moment. No need to observe the thought, label it, judge it, analyze it, or even try to figure out where it's coming from. Whenever you notice that the mind is moved off the breath, cut that off, let it go, and come back to the breath, the present moment. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. I'm going to be quiet now and let you do this work of focusing on the breath, cutting off and letting go anytime the mind moves off the breath. You have nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. No one needs you right now. This is your time to focus on the breath. Breathing in and out. อะหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภะคะวาพุทธังภะคะวันหังอภิวาเทมิสวากขาโตมหาควตาธัมโมธัมมังนามัสสามิสุปฏิปันโนมหาควโตสาวกสังโฆสังฆังนามามินะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะอิติปิโสมหาควาอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธวิจาจารนังสัมมุโนสัคขะโตโรกาวิโตอนุเตโรปุริสานามาสติสัตตาตาวามนุสนังพุทโธภะคะวะติ Okay, if you guys would like to slowly make your way out of meditation. Again, I'd like to welcome all of you guys to our class today. Welcome. As I mentioned, we've been learning Buddhist chanting over the past 2 classes, and this class is to combine it all together so you can do chanting and you can do meditation together. And I'm going to open up to any questions you guys have about the chanting, of course, but also any and all questions that you have related to the path to enlightenment. If there's something you're reading, something you're seeing, something you've heard, something you've learned in the past, something that you're encountering in your meditation practice, something you're encountering in your private life, or some struggles or challenges that you're having, you can ask any and all questions that you like. You can put that into Facebook, YouTube, or Zoom, or in Zoom you can raise your hand electronically and ask any questions that you like. So let me know if you guys have any questions for today. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions. I just see a Thai person writing something in Thai. I'm sorry, I don't read Thai. I have a feeling you're probably saying Satu, Satu. That's usually what Thai people will typically usually say. But I can't read that Thai script. I apologize. Okay, so I don't see any questions coming in. So what I'll do is just thank you all for choosing to do some meditation today, doing some chanting today. Anytime you're devoting time, effort, and energy to your practice and developing your mind, it's very beneficial, whether it's 50 minutes or 5 minutes, any amount of time that you're spending to do that inner work and train your mind, whether it's meditation or anything else on the path to enlightenment. So thank you for your dedication and diligence to learning, growing, and practicing to improve the condition of your mind. And thus, it's going to help you, those around you, and all of humanity as you're becoming more and more peaceful and more joyful. Next week on Wednesday, we'll be in the 4th part of our 4-part series on Buddhist chanting. And from there forward, we're just going to be rotating after that between breathing mindfulness meditation and loving kindness meditation all the way through the end of the group learning program, which is about another 4 months or so. And at each one of those Wednesday sessions, you'll be able to ask any and all questions. It's a great time to just get free-form questions answered. And then this Sunday, what I'm going to be doing in our group learning program is we're going to be in chapter 7, which is titled The 5 Precepts, A Householder's Guide to Daily Practice. If you've heard that the Buddha taught no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no lying, and no intoxicants, you haven't actually studied the 5 precepts yet. The Buddha actually doesn't talk that way, and he didn't teach that way. What I'm going to do is share his original words with you on the 5 precepts because it's much more illuminating language. What the 5 precepts are, they're 5 impactful decisions that you could make either wisely or unwisely. And if you make them wisely, it'll produce wholesome results. If you make them unwisely, it'll produce unwholesome results. So by learning through the original words of the Buddha, I'm then going to apply it to today's life so you can see how to practice these 5 precepts and experience wholesome results in your day-to-day life. And then going forward, we actually have a bunch of things that are happening. For those of you guys that are in and around Chiang Mai, on Friday, we have a game night at the temple at 6 p.m. On Saturday morning, of course, and Saturday evening, we have the Pali Canon and English study group. On Saturday afternoon, we have an introduction to the path to enlightenment. This is the 3-hour class just to kind of help you to get a little taste and flavor of the teachings of the Buddha. And we'll be teaching this at the temple, but of course, I'm going to be live streaming it and recording it as well. And then on Monday, we're going to be starting a 5-day Foundation in the Path to Enlightenment course. This is where you're going to learn all the foundational teachings. And we start that at 9 a.m. and we go up till about lunch. Then we take an 1.5-hour lunch break. Then we come back around 1:30 or so and then finish up around 3. So for those of you guys that are in different parts of the world, you might actually be able to participate in certain portions of that because I start at 9 a.m. Thai time, which East Coast time in America, that's probably 10 p.m. And then kind of going backwards from there, 9 p.m., 8 p.m., 7 p.m. if you're on the West Coast. So over in North America, Central America, and South America, you can actually participate live, or you guys can watch the replays on those as well. I teach them each month. So thank you all for joining for today's class. As you have questions, always feel free to reach out. You're welcome to ask questions in class, post in the Facebook group, send a private message, and schedule personal guidance. We'll see you guys in a future class. Have a very lovely and wonderful rest of your day. Sawadee ka.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. To provide support for this podcast, visit patreon.com/support Buddha. To access more teachings, visit buddhadailywisdom.com. There, you will discover a full range of courses, retreats, and online resources to assist you on the path to enlightenment. Remember to establish a daily, consistent meditation practice, along with learning and practicing these teachings. A well-developed meditation practice is the foundation in which to train the mind to attain enlightenment.